Good morning, everyone. Good morning, students. This will be the last topic no, na i-discuss natin for midterm period, item analysis. No? So, ang process na ito is nangyayari siya after taking the exams. No, yung meron ka nang nakuhang scores from your students. Na-remember ninyo nung high school kayo, di ba, pagdating nung test paper ninyo sa inyo, pag binalik na ni teacher, minsan may sinusulat siya sa board, no? Sinusulat niya yung number of items, let's say for example, 1 to 50. No? Tapos magtatanong siya sino ang nakatama sa number 1. So magtataas kayo ng kamay. No? So binibilang niya kung ilang students ang nakatama sa each item. No? So, yung process na yon is called item analysis, or that process is part of item analysis. So, let's see kung ano ba yung under sa item analysis. So, item analysis, it refers to the process of examining the student's response to each item in the test. So, there are two characteristics of an item, the desirable and undesirable characteristics. No? Parang sa tao lang din, no? Desirable siya kapag gusto natin yung mga actions ng isang tao. Desirable siya if mabait sila sa atin. Pero kapag hindi naman mabait, no? Undesirable siya, ayaw natin doon. I-reject na to, di ba? Maumana siya. Same with items, no, na nakikita ninyo sa test paper, in analyzing each item. So we have desirable items retained for subsequent use. So ibig sabihin, as is na siya, good question siya, desirable siya. Undesirable items naman, yun yung mga items na gusto mong i-revise or totally tanggalin talaga or reject, no? So later malalaman natin kung paano ba i-identify or ano ba yung kailangan gawin or na procedure, no? Para malaman if that item is desirable or undesirable. So there are three criteria in determining desirability and undesirability of an item. Yung mga kailangan gawin mo, no, in order for you to determine if that item is desirable or not. First, get the difficulty of an item. Second, discriminate the power of an item. And third, measures of attractiveness. So yung tatlo na yan yung main point natin this morning. So ito item difficulty level, the number of people who answer a particular test item correctly. So kailangan muna nating i-determine kung ilang students, let's say for example, sa item number 1. No? Kailangan muna nating bilangin kung ilang students yung nakatama doon sa item na yon. And then, here's the formula. No? Difficulty index is equal to the number of students who answered item X correctly over the total number of students who answered item X. Let's say, for example, there are 50 students in that class and 41. 41 ang nakatama sa number 1. So, 41 divided by 50. And then you'll get the difficulty index. After mong makuha yung difficulty index or yung kanyang quotient, from the given formula, meron tayong tinatawag na interpretation. So, ito siya, level of an item or level of difficulty of an item. So, kapag yung quotient na nakuha ninyo is 0 to 0.20 na belong sa range na to, that item is very difficult. 0.21 to 0.40, the item is difficult. 0.41 to 0.60, the item is moderately difficult. 0.61 to 0.80, the item is easy. And 0.81 to 1, the item is very easy. No? So, i-make sure ninyo na if you take your exam, your midterm exam, memorize nyo tong table na to. Okay? So, tandaan nyo lang talaga yung index range, no, ng each difficulty level. Let's have an example. So, problem number 1, there are 50 students who answered item X, 30 of whom answered the item correctly. What is the difficulty index? So again, the formula for difficulty index is equal to the total number of students who got the correct answer over the total number of students who answered the item. No? So, pinakabuok na rin sa problem na to ang nakatama. 30. Pila ang total sa estudyante? 50. So, 30 divided by 50 is equal to 0.60. So, kung babalikan natin yung table kanina, no, if you want to know the difficulty level, interpretation of 0.60 is moderately difficult. Yan lang yan. Next tayo sa problem number 2. No? So, let's say ito yung item number 1. No? And then, ito yung choices niya, A, B, C, D. So, yung may mga asterisk, yung may asterisk, yan yung correct answer each item. No? So, ibig sabihin, sa number 1, saan dyan yung tamang sagot? C, letter C. Okay? Then, ilan ang total number ng students na sumagot ng number 1? That is 24 plus 3 plus 3, that is equal to 30. So 24 divided by 30 is equal to 0.80, and the item number 1 is easy. Next, same with number 2, hahanapin natin yung correct answer, no, si letter A. So 12 ang mga nakatama. Then, we have 13, 3, and 2 na hindi makatama sa number 2. So, 12 divided by the total number of students who answered number 2. So, 12 divided by 30, that is equal to 0.40. So, pagbalikan natin yung table, no, sa difficulty level, the item is difficult. Yan lang yan. Next, proceed tayo ngayon sa discrimination index. It is the high difference between the proportion of high-performing students who got the item right and the proportion of low-performing students who got an item right. So, ibig sabihin, no, meron tayong tinatawag na discrimination, di ba? So, dalawang grupo yan, each class. No? Sa high-performing students, sila yung mga matatalino. No? Sa low-performing students, sila yung medyo kailangan pa na paulit-ulitin pang i-discuss or i-review yung mga topic before nila magets. No? So, sila yung mga nakakakuha ng mga hindi ganun katataas na mga scores. No? So, dalawa yan ha, the high-performing students and the low-performing students. So, ang importante sa discrimination index is you need to get the number of students who got the item right, no, sa dalawang grupo, from the high-performing students and from the low-performing students. So, no, kasi from the word discrimination or discriminate, no, dapat pag ingani siya, no, if interpret the two groups, dapat mas maliit talaga yung number ng students na nakatama from low-performing group or low-performing students, no? Para positive yung outcome or yung pag-interpret natin sa item number na yan. So it is the degree to which the item discriminates between high-performing and low-performing group, the upper and lower 27%. No? So later on, malalaman natin kung saan natin gagamitin si upper and lower 27%. Let's have our example. Okay, so discrimination index, ang formula natin is, so na ano no, ano na lang siya. So this is discrimination ba? Ay, sandali. Okay. So, basta this is the discrimination index that is equal to DI of upper group, or the difficulty index of the upper group, minus the difficulty index of lower group. So, ibig sabihin, class, no, in getting the discrimination index, or before you get the answer for discrimination index, kukunin muna natin si difficulty index. Okay? So, again ha, ito siya, discrimination index is equal to the difficulty index of upper group minus the difficulty index of lower group. No? So, para makuha natin si discrimination index, isubtract natin ang difficulty index from the upper and lower group. Sige, let's have an example na lang para mas maintindihan ninyo. No? So, before that, let's have first the table, no, for interpretation sa discrimination index. First column, meron tayong nakita dyang discrimination index. Ito yung mga ranges, no, na kailangang i-memorize ninyo. So, 0.40 and up, the item is very good item. 0.30 to 0.39, reasonably good item but possibly subject to improvement. Now, reasonably good item siya, but there are some parts of the question or of the item na meron lang tayong konting i-improve. No? Then, 0.20 to 0.29, the marginal item, usually needing and being subject to improvement. No? And 0.19 and below, poor item to be rejected or improved by revision. So, kapag nasa 0.19 and below na yung discrimination index niya, possible na ma-reject siya or ulitin talaga yung question. No? Ayan lang yan siya. Sige, proceed tayo sa example. So, sa problem number 1, we have 30 students are divided into two groups. So, 15 students in the lower group and 15 students in the upper group. In the upper group, there are 12 students who answered item X correctly, whereas in the lower group, only 6 students answered item X. What is the discrimination index? Diba kanina sa definition ng discrimination index, in order for us to get the answer or to evaluate the item, kailangan natin kunin yung yung number ng students na nakatama from upper and lower group. Na? So, sabi dito sa problem, 12 ang nakatama from the upper group and 6 naman ang nakatama from the lower group on that specific item, item number X. So, ngayon, ang gagawin natin, so the answer is the discrimination index on our first problem is equal to 0.40. So, kung ating babalikan yung table kanina, if you will evaluate the quotient, the answer, so the item is a very good item. Okay, kasi 0.40 and above, ang evaluation niya is very good item. Next. So, the problem number 2, 80 students took an examination in algebra and 6 students in the upper for the correct got the correct answer. And while 4 students in the lower group got the correct answer for item number 6. So, find the discrimination index. No? So, anong difference ng dalawang yon? Yung dalawang problem. Si problem 1 at saka ni problem number 2. Problem number 1 plus, no? Naka-indicate na talaga kung naka-indicate talaga na 15 ang number of students from the upper group. So, nakita naman natin sa problem number 1, 15 ang upper group, 15 din ang lower group. Dito sa problem number 2, hindi naman sinabi kung ilang students ang sa upper and sa lower group. Ang sinabi lang dito, ang na-state lang ng problem dito is kung ilan yung mga nakatama from the upper and lower group. No? So, doon na natin gagamitin si upper and lower 27%. Okay? So, paano yon? Yan. So, number of students who took the exam, 80 students. No? So, pag ating i-multiply si 80 to 27%, no? Ang 27% ni 80 is equal to 21.6 or 22. No? So, you really need to round off the number if meron siyang decimal. No? So, ma'am, paano bakit hindi pwede ang 21.6? No? We count a student, pag mag-count ang student, iba 1 magid, 1, 2, 3, wala may student na 0.6. No, isa man gyud na siya kabuok. So, atuan lang yun siyang i-round off. So, 22, which means that there are 22 students in the upper performing group and 22 students in the lower performing group. Ma'am, constant na ba yung 27%? Yes. No? Mostly, yung 27% ginagamit siya kapag masyadong maraming estudyante. Okay? So, i-make sure ninyo na pag wala siyang number of students, total number of students from the upper and lower group, gagamitin ang 27%. I-multiply mo siya sa total number of students who took the exam. Okay? So, we have 22 sa upper and 22 sa lower group or lower performing group. Ngayon, again, before tayo mag-proceed sa paggamit ng formula ng discrimination index, let's first get the difficulty index ng kada grupo. So, upper performing group is equal to 6 over 22 kasi 6 yung nakatama sa upper group over 22, that is equal to 0.27. And sa lower group naman, 4 ang nakatama, so 4 divided by 22, that is equal to 0.18. Now, since we have already the difficulty index from each group, from lower and upper group, isa-subtract na natin sila to get the discrimination index. So, discrimination index is equal to 0.27 minus 0.18. So, the discrimination index is equal to 0.09 or 9%. Ayan. Sige, next. Dito naman tayo sa discriminating power. So, meron tayong 4, positive discrimination, negative discrimination, zero discrimination, and non-discriminating power. So, sa positive discrimination, if the proportion who got an item right in the upper group is greater than the lower group. So, kapag mas marami ang nakatama from the upper group, the discriminating power is positive. No? Pero kapag mas marami naman ang nakatama from the lower group, again, if mas marami ang nakatama from the lower group kesa sa upper group, ang tawag doon or ang discriminating power niya is negative. Now, paano ma'am, if nagkapareha sila, sa upper may 10 nakatama, sa lower may 10 din. If equal, no, ang number ng students na nakatama sa upper and lower group, the discriminating power is 0, no, or zero discrimination. And an item is so easy, anybody could get it right. An item is so difficult, nobody could get it right. If yun yung item na yun, ang item na yun is non-discriminating. So kaya nga, 'di ba? Diniscuss ko sa inyo nung last na topic na dapat yung item is nasa moderately difficult lang. Na tamang yung mabigyan ng chance ang sa upper and sa lower group to answer the question correctly. Huwag masyadong easy na lahat makatama. No? So wala na siya discriminating power. Kapag sobra namang sobra naman hirap nung item na yon, no, hindi lahat makakapagsagot nun, no. So dapat nasa moderately difficult lang siya. So non-discriminating if super easy, that anybody could get it right, and if the item is difficult, nobody could get it right. Next. So, ayan. Ito pang another table na dapat ninyong i-memorize. No? Dito na natin malalaman, since alam na natin kung paano i-solve ang difficulty level and ang discrimination index. No? Dito na natin ma-identify if that item should be retained, revised, or rejected. Okay? So, if ang difficulty level niya is within 0.26 to 0.75, the discrimination index and the discrimination index is 0.20 and above, the item should be retained. No? Kapag ang difficulty level, so dalawa yung basehan natin sa revised So, if the difficulty level of that item is within 0.26 and 0.75, discrimination index 0.19 and below, i-revise mo siya. Pag difficulty level naman, not within 0.26 to 0.75, ang discrimination index niya is 0.20 and above, the item should be revised. No? And last one, if i-reject naman natin ang item, dapat ito yung difficulty level and discrimination index niya. Sa difficulty level, not within 0.26 to 0.75, and the discrimination index is 0.19 and below. So, dapat i-memorize nyo talaga to siya. No? Dili pwede nga kanang hula-hula lang ta. Okay? Sige. Next. So, ito. No? So, I want you to analyze this question, answer this dyan sa bahay ninyo. No? I-ask ko kayo kung nasagutan nyo ito. Okay? So, ayan. Ayan din. Sagutan nyo yan siya. Yan. So, next, dito tayo sa measures of attractiveness. No? So, to measure the attractiveness of the incorrect option, distractors or jokers, in multiple choice tests, we count the number of students who selected the incorrect option in both upper and lower groups. Ngayon, sa difficulty index and sa discrimination index, no, yung importante doon is the number of students who got the correct answer. Ngayon, sa measures of attractiveness, bibilangin natin yung number of students who selected the incorrect option, no, sa upper and sa lower group. So the incorrect option is said to be the effective distractor. So kapag pinili mo, no, yung answer, yung letter or yung choices na hindi tama, no, ibig sabihin yung pinili mo is an effective distractor. If there are lalong-lalo na if there are more students in the lower group who chose the incorrect option than those in the upper group. No? So, grabe ka discriminating nga paghitabo, no? Kasi kailangan mas malaki ang number ng mga students na nagkamali from lower group kaysa sa upper group. No? Oh, may discrimination gyud nga nahitabo. So, ayan. Sige. So, let's have an example. Okay, based on the given table, which is the most effective distractor? No? Sa kaya dara sa sa upper 27%, item number 6 ito. Lower 27%. So again, malalaman natin kung saan dyan yung effective distractor if mas marami ang nagkamali from the lower kesa sa upper. So sa letter A, ito tamang answer naman to. So doon tayo magbabase sa B, C, and D. No? So dito, sa letter D, letter D muna tayo. Mas marami man ang pumili from the upper group. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ito siya ang effective distractor. No? Naa kay B o C. Siyempre, mas marami ang sa B. No? From the lower, 3 lang ang sa upper. So, ibig sabihin, the effective distractor is the letter B. Okay? So, i-take note ninyo dyan ha. Dapat mas marami ang nagkamali kesa sa upper group. If nakita nyo yon na characteristic, no, ibig sabihin that is the effective distractor. Most man ang sinabi, pwede naman sila 30, pero most man, ay 9 man yun ang nagkamali, no? So, dito ta sa mas daghan. Okay? Based on the given table, which group got more correct answers? Siyempre si upper, kasi 16 ang nakatama eh. No? So, ayan. No? So, that's end the, that is the end of our discussion this morning. So, i-make sure natin na ilagay sa utak, no, lahat ng mga sinasabi ko. And I'll just give you instructions for midterm examinations. If you have any questions and clarifications, no, sa ating topic, you can just send your questions sa ating group chat, no, para makita ko rin. That's all.